I was today's years old when I realized that true manifestation is a circle, not a line. And here is what I mean by that. Manifestation videos teach you how first you don't have something, then you manifest it, and this part could be different for different teachers or teachings, and then you get what you want. The problem with this is the fact that you get something creates a beginning. And every beginning creates an end. Imagine the most delicious bowl of food. You start eating it, so you create a beginning. And sooner or later, there will be an end, and this plate will be empty. Real manifestation, or real miracles are a circle, not a line. A circle is endless. And I'll tell you what endless means. A bit later in this video, I will tell you also how to make sure your blessing is endless and not a one-off. But before we get there, I have to explain this. Heaven is abundance. There is no lack in heaven. Just think about air. Abundance. Just think about life itself for a moment. God doesn't give you some life today and take it away tomorrow, and maybe changes his mind and give you a little bit more life the next day and take it away the following day. No, for as long as you are on this planet, you have life in abundance. It's a given. Think about breathing. Do you even notice breathing? No, because it's natural. The real truth, it's a miracle. But it feels natural, and true miracles feel natural. But do you appreciate air? I don't think so, not unless you have been submerged underwater for quite some time and you're gasping for air. So you only appreciate air if you had a lack of it. The moment your head is out, you are excited. The very fact that you are excited shows you had luck. And the very fact that you are excited reveals that as soon as you have luck again, you will stop being excited. So excitement equals luck. To not have luck means you feel normal. You're not scared and you're not excited. You're not excited to breathe. You're not excited every time you start your car. Unless you had problems starting your car recently. Now imagine meeting your favorite movie star or comedian or someone you really admire. They come to say hello. Are you excited? I bet your photograph with them is all over the internet. Now imagine the same favorite person, actor, comedian, whoever they are, they become your best friend. They start coming for coffee in your house every day. Even when you're tired, when you want to go to sleep. After 4 years of having them every day in your house, do you feel excited next time when you see them knocking on the door? No, I think you might even get a little bit annoyed sometimes. Excited? Yes or no? The point is, after 4 years of having them every day, this feels normal because you don't have any lack of their presence. The life of miracles feels normal. It's not exciting. Jesus said, if you have faith as little as a mustard seed, you'll tell this mountain to move and it will do it. There is no excitement in this. There is no drama. It's not some kind of humongous, record-breaking acorn. It's just a mustard seed that nobody would even notice. Jesus didn't say, now go and fast and pray and command the mountain in a loud voice, demanding it to move and telling it should do as it's told. He didn't tell you to express dominance over it and it has to listen, otherwise it rebels against you. No, none of that nonsense. What we call miracles is actually what it's meant to be and feel normal. I was thinking a lot about this, about moving the mountain. And in this example, I will compare it to moving my finger. I was thinking, what do people do when they want to move an obstacle out of their life? If it's someone who is a believer, it's very likely what they would do is, finger, I tell you to move, I command you to move, move, move. But the finger doesn't move. If it's someone who is a manifester, they might try manifesting it. I'm visualizing how my finger is moving out of the way, but it's not moving out of the way. If it's someone more practical, they may try to find equipment or ways or help in order to move the finger, but it wouldn't move the finger, and even if it does, it will only be temporary, and there will be another finger afterwards that they will have to move. At the same time, I'm talking to you, I'm not even thinking about my finger, and I start moving it. What is moving it? It's not my thought, it's not my words. It's the life force inside me, and I don't even know how it's doing it, but it's doing it. And I'm not even thinking about it, I'm not even focusing on it. And I think this is the secret to manifesting, and I'm still exploring. That's not the end of the story. I didn't find the answer fully, but I'm touching it. And I think you are touching it too, because it's not the commanding, it's not the focusing on it, it's not the manifesting in your mind. You have to somehow employ your real life force to do it. And we'll see later in this video how this is happening in nature. But remember, the secret to miracles is in the abundance and in the ease. Commanding it, it's hard, and I'm expecting the finger to do something, whilst moving my finger is actually incredibly easy. There is no blood, there is no sweat in moving my finger, it's just natural. Going back to how we started, manifestation is a circle, not a line. And the very fact that you need to employ your blood and sweat to create something, you actually create a beginning. And every beginning guarantees that there will be an end. This is how to remember this easily. Manifestation is a circle, not a line. And if you feel like you have to grab something, you create a line. Every excitement has its exact opposite in it, like day and night. Every night not only is the seed of the new day, but it also is the path itself that brings the new day to you. And every day has the night within itself. That's why in heaven there is no day and there is no night. On this planet, it cannot be June forever. After June, July will come, and then December, and then May. And that's how this world operates, in circles. So here's the circle, and here is how it operates. Imagine you are on this position of the circle, and the blessing comes to you. If you grab hold of it, the only thing you are doing, you are blocking the flow. So this blessing can come into your life, live a short life, and then get to the blockage, and it cannot surpass it. So it cannot become an endless blessing. That's the only thing you are doing when you're grabbing hold onto your blessing. But what does it mean to not grab hold of it? It means the following. You are here and you're holding it loosely, and the blessing comes and you push it away. And when you push it away, that's the instant gratification. When you push away the instant gratification, it goes around the circle and comes back to you from your back. It comes from where you don't expect it, because that's what you can see. This part is what you can see, this part is what you cannot see. So it makes a full circle and comes back to you in a way that you could have never anticipated. So if you grab hold onto it, the instant gratification, it just makes the circle, it gives you pleasure for a little period of time, and then it gets blocked. And it can't continue into becoming an endless blessing. But if you push it away, and bear in mind, the harder you push it away, the sooner it will come back to you. I'm not saying that's easy to do, but once you have the understanding about the consequence, not just what you're going to experience in the moment, it gets a lot easier. So now, very important, why should you push it away? Because you are too excited about it. Or you are too scared of losing it. Because these two things, they go hand in hand. If you're excited about it, remember you create a beginning. And if there is a beginning, it has an end. Which, if you're excited about it, you'll be too scared of losing it. It's just unavoidable. Remember, you are ready to receive it when it feels normal. Let me tell you a story. It's one of my most favorite stories about Ali Baba and his 40 thieves. One very lucky day, they found the entrance to the cave full of treasure stones. Sesame, open up! And they had access to all this treasure. And the way I was telling this story was, you can only get as much treasure stones as big your pockets are. So if you're smart, go and get bigger pockets, go and get more suitcases, and go and get a big truck. That's how I was telling this story. And I never realized that this was coming from luck, not from abundance. Because what I realized today, you don't need bigger pockets. Because you don't have to go once and get all the treasures you possibly can. Why? Because this would mean excitement. Just imagine the feeling. First, you'll fear that someone might see you. Then you'll fear someone might take it away from you. Then you're excited. What can you buy with it? So what you receive actually becomes your limitation, because you can only get part of it. You can't get all of it. And heaven is endless and heaven is abundant. So if you have the heaven mindset, you don't need to take the treasure, or as much of it as you can, because you have all of it. It's yours. You can go anytime and get as much as you need. If you have the limited mindset, you go and collect, and you're scared someone might see you and take it away from you, and you hurry up because you don't feel it's yours. You feel as if you're stealing it. And that's why you become envious as well when you see someone else has what you could have had. The very fact that you feel envious to someone else's success reveals an area of lack, because you don't live the life of abundance, and it's not your norm in this area. Now, here's a big revelation. Take a moment to think of someone you are envious of. You don't have to tell this anybody, just think. We all have someone we envy, whether we want it or not. For example, you want to lose weight. Think of the person you envy because they lost the weight and they look wonderful. Now, let me take a guess. This person is someone like your colleague, your friend, your sister, your acquaintance from Facebook whom you've not met for years, but you follow them almost to the degree of stalking because of their all amazing photographs and lavish lifestyle. Now, I bet you didn't think of some kind of top model or some Oscar-winning actress to compare with them. That's the secret. You don't envy those you feel are way, way, way higher above your level. You envy those who are at around your level, who've done what you wish you have done, but didn't. Now, their success pokes you in the eye because You are on the verge of being able to having the exact same thing, but you don't. This is how you know your current level of abundance, and this is how you know your current limits and ceilings. Remember, you can get a lot of things in life, but you can only hold those that feel natural to you. And if you are taken up and miraculously put onto a higher level, you will not feel comfortable there. You can use your envy as a tool, enabling it to register in your mind and clearly see what exactly is your current level and ceiling of abundance in a specific area. Whatever is troubling you is out of your capacity to hold and allow into your life. If you envy your school friend for their beautiful house, this is your current ceiling of abundance. In other words, don't expect to become a billionaire if you still envy your school friend for their way smaller achievements. Your envy itself reveals that you are not ready for more. Until you are able to envy Elon Musk for his money, you are not ready to be a trillionaire. Even in envy itself, if you envy small, it means your capacity for receiving is small. And I'm not saying that you should be practicing envy, no. Only use it as a tool. Because anything you feel abundant of, you gladly share. For example, you never envy anyone for having air to breathe, because you can do the same anytime you want. And you never envy someone looking at the sun and smiling, right? Now, let's say you made amazing yummy cookies, but your guest couldn't come because maybe they were stuck on the motorway or there was a storm. For any reason, they couldn't come. Your cookies can only last 2 or 3 days, and you have so many you can't possibly eat all of them. Would you rather throw them away, or would you share them with someone? Would you give some to your neighbor, to your sister, or maybe to a homeless person across the street? Let me ask you, when you feel happy, do you keep your happiness to yourself? Or do you walk the streets smiling and saying kind words to everybody? Yes, when you feel abundant, you don't hold it for yourself. You naturally share it. Just imagine having a magic bag that refills itself with anything you want it to. Now, would you take what is in the bag and lock it away because you're scared someone might take it away from you? No. Even you would give it freely because then you can go and take more. And in fact, the more you give away, the more you can get from the bag. You might feel less abundant about someone taking the bag itself. Why? Because you're not so abundant in bags, you only have one. But you're plenty abundant in what is in the bag, because you can always go, give it away, and ask the bag to give you more. Just understand this. When you feel abundant, this feels natural. And you don't envy anybody who has the same. On the contrary, you are happy to share it. Your current level of envy simply reveals your abundance capacity. Do you envy your neighbor, or do you envy Angelina Jolie? Whichever feels impossible and completely out of your reach, you don't envy. You don't even give it a second thought. Now, the moment you feel the need to grab hold of something, anything, you know this reveals that you are in luck. The moment you grab hold of something, you create a beginning. And every beginning naturally comes paired with an ending. Miracles are in the flow. You inhale and then you have to exhale. Because if you don't, you create a blockage and no more fresh air can come in. You can't breathe once and keep your breath forever. Miracles come to you in a circle. The moment you grab hold onto, you block the circuit. Holding on to creates a beginning and an end within the circle. If you feel too excited or too scared, it's the exact same thing. Just pause, resist, because the harder you push, the faster it comes back to you. The only reason you experience huge excitement is because you're not in the middle, in the normal. And if you experience huge excitement having something, you will equally experience huge anxiety about losing it. So your excitement is a guarantee for anxiety. Remember, miracles always come from where you don't expect them. Lastly, I want to answer one more important question. If God is abundance and if God gives you abundantly, why do we need to experience lack? And when I say God, you can absolutely say universe, it doesn't matter, because the Bible says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was in God, and the Word was God. So do you agree and understand that according to the Bible, the Word was God? And universe means one verse. So universe translates as one word. Universe is the word. Universe translates as word. Just like French, German, Latin, English, the word universe translates as word. And the Bible says that the word was God. So, in the beginning was the universe, and the universe was in God, and the universe was God. So, you can use whichever word you like. I don't think God cares about the labels you put on him. The point is, if God or the universe is abundant, and if God gives you abundantly, the same very moment you ask for it, then why do you need to experience lack? And here is the answer. Short and sweet, clear and easy to understand. Think of your biggest dream. This could be the house, the car, the bank account, the relationships, anything. Your number one top dream. Now think of some smaller dreams. The holiday, the special basketball game that you want to see, the special restaurant that you want to dine in. Imagine anything, and I mean anything you want. You snap your fingers and you receive it instantly. Now you have it. Now, think of your even smaller desires. You want a cup of coffee, boom, and it's in your hand. And then you want an omelette, whoop, in your hand. And you want 1,000,000, boom, it's in your bank account right now. And you want the special sports car, boom, it's in front of your house. Instantly. You don't need to work for it. You don't need to even go to the shop and buy it. It just miraculously materializes right in front of your eyes. One question. How long would you consider this fun? And how long would it take you to absolutely hate your life? Just think. I know some of you will think, wow, that would be fun. Yes, it will be for a while. But for how long? Really think about it. You stay in bed, you want a coffee, boom, instantly it's in your hand. I promise, very soon you'll have no reason to get up or to wake up at all. Whatever in your life pokes you in the ribs is what actually makes you a creator. And you are created in the image of God, who is a creator. There is absolutely nothing that can give you lasting happiness except one thing: to create. And to create means to create something from the nothing. And by lasting happiness, I don't mean this kind of happiness that lasts 1 minute, 1 day, 1 week, 1 year. I mean a natural state of happiness, or a state where happiness is your natural way of existing. This kind of happiness doesn't come from having, it comes from creating. It's not in the achievement, it's in the process. It's not in the doing, but in the being. Hard work is doing. Creation is being. If you don't believe me, think about it. Is there any amount of hard work you can do to create a baby or to make a cucumber grow? Creating follows an invisible intelligence coming from who you are. Your womb cannot create a dolphin. Your womb can only create a human baby. You create from who you are. So it's coming from being, not from doing. And it's natural, it's effortless. And even when the process feels heavy, it's still effortless to you, and there is nothing you can do to create the process. It's inside you. And what do I mean by that? When you are pregnant, your feet might hurt. Or when you give birth, this might be painful. This might feel hard, but it's still effortless to you because you are not the one causing it to happen. You cannot make the baby grow, and you cannot make the bird be. It happens by itself. And someone might object this because the doctor can put an injection to initiate birth. Yes, they can make it start sooner, but they cannot make it be. They can perform C-section, but they cannot perform birth because it's the natural intelligence of the body that does it. I found this kitten less than a week ago, and her paw was almost separated from the leg, only hanging there through the skin. But all the connections were gone. The doctor said it was an old injury. We don't know exactly, maybe a week older or 2 weeks older, we don't know. But all the tissue was already necrotic. So he said he should amputate. I said no. He said, I'm a surgeon and I'm telling you I have to amputate. This paw, even if it connects back to the body, it will never be usable, and it will be more of a problem for the kitten than benefiting it in any way. I said no. So he removed the necrotic tissue and stitched the paw back to the leg. Before that, he removed the bones because he said they cannot be restored. Even after removing the necrotic tissue, the paw was like 3 times bigger than the other paw, so it was so inflamed. The doctor said that all connections in the foot that are supposed to make it contract are gone. They don't exist. They were gone with the necrotic tissue. 1 week later, the kitten is contracting her paw. And she is stepping on the foot. She is running, she is jumping without limping. And it already feels like 95% normal. And it's only been a week. And this paw was almost fully disconnected from the foot. The paw is still healing. And it didn't even need a casting. This is the natural intelligence that God has put inside your body. And this is not a medical advice, please don't get it wrong. You should do whatever you believe you should do. But in this moment, I knew this kitten is full of life force and she will recover. I just knew it. And it happened. The kitten didn't focus on the paw. She didn't obsess about it. She didn't grab hold on to it thinking, when would it recover? Let me pray that it recovers. No, she was doing her normal kitten chores as if the paw was normal. She was jumping, running around. At one point, she actually jumped so high that she made it bleed. And I was so scared, but actually it's the life force. She's full of life force. She's a baby. And now she's stepping like 95% normal. In only 1 week, she's still recovering, and the doctor didn't believe this will ever happen. We think of miracles as one-off experiences, and because we cannot control when and how these kind of one-off experiences will happen, that's why we think miracles are difficult. But in fact, the truth is, miracles are normal and miracles are boring. They're not exciting. They're not something that you spend your life telling other people about. Miracles are natural. When you're alive, allow your life force to work through you in a circuit without blocking it. Now, a quick disclaimer. I am not a medical doctor and I'm absolutely not telling you what you should do in your circumstances. Just in this situation, he said he should amputate, and I was seeing her full of life force. I just knew it will happen. I just knew it in my heart of hearts. And it was not like I was taking a risk, because first of all, he confirmed it's okay. And then second of all, we could have always done it in a couple of days if we saw that this was going wrong. But literally in a couple of days, she was already stepping on it because she was so full of joy of life. It's undescribable. I want to give you one more example. Just imagine 2 steam rooms. Both of them are absolutely the same, except one of them has lovely essential oils, your favorite aroma, and the other one doesn't. Which one would you choose? I bet it's the one with the lovely essential oils, isn't it? So the other steam room is exactly the same, and it has the exact same air that is essential to your life. The air that is the true miracle, because you cannot live without it. But you are more excited about the essential oil that has absolutely no bearing on the fact that you are alive. You're not excited about the miracle because you take it as normal. You are excited about the essential oil that has nothing, absolutely nothing miraculous about it. Remember this, to experience miracles, you need to have a change in mindset. Remember my finger. When I try to make it move, it doesn't. And when I allow the life force to do it, without me even thinking about it, it's completely effortless. I don't even have to think about it. In fact, the miracle of moving my finger feels so casual, I can't even figure out how I am doing it. And when I realized this was like a shock to me. I can't make it move, but I move it without even knowing how I'm doing it. Any true abundance you have in your life right now is not exciting. It's boring because it feels natural. If you lose all these stubborn kilograms and you get into your perfect body, you are excited about it, right? But if you are one of those lucky people who were born with a perfect body and you never ever had to fight to have it, you're not really excited about having it, are you? You don't even understand why anybody would struggle with this. Now think of someone who was born in a very wealthy family, or even a prince or princess. Do you think they ever get excited about a piece of bread that they have on their table? No, because it's completely normal to them, it's boring. I remember when I met a famous man. Please forgive me, I cannot tell you who he is because I have not asked for his permission. But what I can tell you is that he has a restaurant in a very exclusive location. And again, I cannot tell you which location because I have not asked for permission. But I promise you this, if I tell you the location, everybody on the planet knows about this location. So, think place like the Eiffel Tower, London Bridge, Sydney Opera House, Burj Khalifa, Empire State Building. Think of a building like this. So he has a restaurant and it's mega expensive. And it's only mega rich people who dine there. In fact, I saw some photographs of the King and Queen of England when they visited it. but also think A-list celebrities, billionaires, etc. He was describing what's on the menu, and that's exactly what he explained. The menu cannot have anything ordinary because they have seen everything ordinary. The foods had to be ultra unusual, unexpected, rare. These people don't come to a place like this to eat a steak or a burger. I bet their typical lunch would feel like a feast to maybe 95% of the people on this planet, maybe more. But to them, it's completely normal. And this is the way abundance works. It feels normal to the point that you don't even notice it. This is the state you need to get accustomed to if you want to manifest and live in miracles. And there is no other reason for you to be on this planet except to learn this one truth. True love comes from abundance. And when you have joy, you have it abundantly. And when you give abundantly. And when you believe abundantly. And when you create abundantly. Hard work has limits. The harder you work, the more exhausted you get. And also the harder it is to reach your goal, the more frustrated you get. For example, if you thought it should have taken you 1 year to achieve your goal, but it has now been 4 years and it's nowhere near completion, how do you feel? Hard work has limits, whilst creating from abundance has no limits, except how much your body can handle it. God can reveal all the wisdom to you right now, right in this moment. But can your body handle it? No. Same way, God has already given you all the abundance because God is abundance. He cannot give you luck because there is no luck in God. He can only give what He is, and He is abundance. But how much of this abundance can you embody? In conclusion, I want to remind you, abundance is a circle, not a line. Manifestation is a circle, not a line. And miracles are a circle, not a line. The moment you want to get miracles and abundance and you try to grab them, you create a line or you break the circuit by blocking it. So you either push away or you hold on to. And if you hold on to, you're blocking it. So how do you know? If you think like this, I must get this exact thing. It's mine, it belongs to me, and I must get it right now, and it has to happen to me this exact way. Anytime when you have a very clear idea what should happen, when and how, you are holding on to because you are trying to be in control. But the moment you push it away, it comes back to you. It goes around the circle and it comes back knocking on your door from a place you couldn't have possibly expected it to come from. The moment you learn this, you become like the creator. And your abundance comes not from doing, but from being. Being doesn't mean that you are not doing anything. It rather means in everything you do, you are expressing your true nature effortlessly. Not because you have to, but because that's just the natural way. At any given moment, you express your natural state, whether you mean to do it or not. Just if your natural state is luck, you express from luck or impress through luck. But if your natural state is abundance, you express from abundance and you impress through abundance. And the only difference is luck is a line and abundance is a circle. If there is no circuit of energy, or if the circuit of energy is blocked, you might do, but you cannot create. I hope this helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Please like, subscribe and comment, because I love making true connections coming from the flow of energy between us. Because a single log doesn't burn, but the more logs you pile together, the faster and the stronger the fire becomes. Love you to the moon and back. Yours, Ariel.